before. So I had launched it 2 different times. And so this is the one, this is the code that I gave to you. So I'm gonna resume it. And what's nice about Nearpod, I don't know, you know, I should ask, have you guys used Nearpod before? Is this a brand new first time, or you've seen it before? Brand new. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back. Oh, I have a, yes, I have. Yes, a bit, first time. Well, let's do the student one, and then I'll go back and I'll show the dashboard afterwards. Thank you, Gabby. Okay, so when you launch it, you can give your students the code like I did, and they go to join.nearpod.com, or you can do the link. You can also push it out into your Google Classroom, so that's nice. And another nice thing about it is the code to get in is always at the top. So your students, if they come in late or whatever, will be able to do it. There's like 2 ways for you to push it out. Right now, I'm doing it where it's the presenter live mode. And so what's on your screen is what your students will see. What's on my screen is what the teacher sees. So my view and your view are a little bit different. I kind of wish that there was like a little spot on here where I could see what students were seeing, because you'll see I get to see the back end, which is great because I get to see the live input, but I don't always know exactly what they're looking at. So that makes it tough for me. So there's different prompts that I'll get. So this slide is going to contain audio, and I can play it from my device only, or I can let you play it individually. So I'm just going to say my device only, and I'm not going to do apply for the rest of the lesson because there's some things that I want to show you that don't do that. But I think in your classroom, this device only is probably the best, because then you won't be hearing a bunch of things. But in this environment, I think if a student is playing the video from their computer, it might not lag as much if you're playing it from your computer. So I think there's pluses and minuses depending on what environment you're in. So I'm going to say this device only. And so this is just an audio clip that the band gave me, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's nice that you can insert an audio clip. So if you had directions or something, you would just create a little audio, and then you could stick it in and you upload it from your computer. The next one is a video. So I'm gonna do my device only. This was a BBC video, so there's a bank of different things from the BBC that are really cool. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Just wanted to give you a taste of it.
About to provide us with the greatest gift of all. When it comes to combating human disease,
there's so many things that Nearpod has that are good to put in your content, so it's kind of nice to see. There's also, I think later on we'll see with a YouTube video, you can insert questions along the way, so that's kind of a nice thing. And you can, well, I'll show you when we get to it. This is the collaboration board. I have the choice to preview what you are going to post prior or not. So would you like to approve the student comments before they're posted? I trust you guys, so I'm going to say no. So what's your New Year's resolution? And so you'll be able to type in your thoughts. You could add a post picture if you wanted. I have the option to put in a timer. So if you wanted to just give them 2 minutes to do it, then they would have 2 minutes. They also, you will have the chance to go through and heart something people say. So I think that's pretty cool. On the design side, you could use a cork board. There's something that looks like a blackboard, I think lined paper. So it doesn't always have to be the cork board. Everything on here is programmable, except I think you can always insert images if you wanted to. And I think it just goes from the internet, or you might be able to upload it from your drive.
It's good to note that we're not seeing the posting of who's posting what, but on your screen from the teacher view, we are able to see.
Yeah, I
was
think
always
you
about
pointing
that.
that out. I do think I have the option to change that, but I think anonymous is good. If I want to share, I think, no, it must not be with this one. You'll see with another one where I can share out a student's answer and I can pick then if I want their name to be on it or not. But I like the anonymous part too, so then people don't, or they're not embarrassed you spell something wrong or whatever. Okay, so that's the collaboration board, which I think has a lot of really cool possibilities, just like Padlet. This one I love. So you can do all kinds of stuff on here. And as you see on mine, when you submit, I can see what you're doing. So I just said draw 6 squiggles and wait for further directions. And like on your end, you have the ability to type. I think maybe you can insert a picture. I'm not positive. On the background, I could have like a cell or something where people are annotating on top of it. So you have the options to put things in there. And I think you also have the options to share out. Let's see if I can maybe once. And I like too that I can see what people are doing. So if it was a math problem or something, once they submit, you could just really quickly scan through here. I'm gonna click on Maryland. So do you see how, oh, I can click through here and just see each one, and then I can push share. So when I push share, it goes, I think, out to your screen. So you're able to see what maybe that was a correct answer. When it comes to you, is it anonymous or does it have her name on it?
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
That's what I thought. I know that there's some place there's an option where I can put a name or not, and then I can unshare it. So I think that has a lot of really cool possibilities too. The next one, this is a virtual reality, like a 360-degree picture, and they have a bunch of them. If you have one of those cameras and you're able to take these pictures, you could use yours too. On your screen, are you able to control it, or am I the only one that can control it?
We can control it.
Okay, good.
I don't see how you can control it.
I just clicked and moved with my mouse. I just
okay.
grabbed on it.
Expecting arrows, and I didn't see arrows. Okay.
I'm going to turn volume up a little bit. Oh, and I can zoom out too. And zoom in. I'm using the, on my mouse, the little roller, the little scroller. Oh, Benjamin. I
wanted to explain that. So when I clicked on the bottom link in your slideshow, the one that says lessons or the sharenearpod.com, for some reason, when I click on that one, it takes me to a Benjamin Moore website so I can buy paint.
Well, what's funny about that is my last slide in here, what directions it does, that is what I put. So maybe I was,
okay.
Maybe I was playing around with it and I put the wrong.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So what are you trying to find?
No, it was just the, let me go back to your slideshow. So I was on slide 4. And not the joinnearpod.com. It's just the second one. It's fine. I'm sure it'll work out eventually.
Okay. Sorry about that.
We're okay.
Okay, so this contains video. Where would you like this video to be played? So I'm going to say this device only, but do you want me to say all devices so you can see what it looks like? Oh, this is a vocabulary. They drive me nuts. I would never use one because I'm not good with sound, but so it should be on your screen and you should be able to push play and hear it on your own without me doing it. Is that working that way? Yeah.
Mine works.
Okay, good. So there's a huge bank of different vocabularies, and I'm sure maybe, I don't know, maybe it would work with our kids. I think it's maybe something for younger kids, but who knows, they might love it. I just wanted to show you that that was there. It's taking forever to load. Oh, this is a fill in the blank. And so on your side, I think you see the Pledge of Allegiance, and there's little tiles that you can grab and drop into the spot. And then when you push submit, I think your score goes here. Let me see the view answer. Oh, this is just the actual answer.
There are your scores.
Yeah, those are my scores. So then in lifetime, and what's kind of nice too is if this was pushed out as a student paste, all of this is in a report. So you're able to see what they were doing then too. I'm not a math person, so I'm not really sure. I know that there's tons of stuff with Desmos and you can include it in there. It's not something I've had to learn, so I don't know much about it, but I wanted to show it. This is a matching pair game. So I think I have like words and pictures. So you're matching those together. Or is this, yeah, this is that. There's a memory game and matching pairs, and to me, they're very similar. Yeah. Okay. The next one, this is the memory one. You should be able to play it. I'm kind of bummed that I'm not seeing answers. Can you play yours on your end? Yeah, okay. And I saw it. I just think that this would be really good for a review. So if you had maybe even a math problem and then no, that's probably too difficult, but maybe cells. So you're trying to show them something so they're seeing it the third time or whatever. Yeah, Clayton, that would be good with world languages. They have a ton of these 3D simulations. I just think it looks really cool and probably has a lot you could do, but it's not, I mean, it's interactive, but it's not like when I click on things, stuff comes out or it shows up. So I don't know. You can do multiple, no, this is an open-ended question, I think. And so I can put questions throughout and then we can see your answers.
It's asking about to use your microphone. What's that all about?
Oh yeah, so you can answer audio. You don't have to answer with typed text. I do have a button here. I don't know if you see it where I can hide student names or show student names. That would be on my end, not yours. I would have to play with that. So I can share out her answer. So you guys are all seeing what she has to say. I'm gonna click on this button right now. It shouldn't show her name on your side, I would think. How about, did it stay the same?
No.
It doesn't show name. Now it shows name.
Okay. I just put in a random PDF that I had on my thing, but this is a PDF viewer, so any PDF you put in there, they can view it. And I like how it stays on the screen. This is a poll.
Nobody wants to ski.
I'm ready for the tropical islands myself. So right now I'm sharing out the answer so you guys can see what everybody thinks. I'm pretty sure, is this one a quiz? I think that this was what I did, was a quiz for this one. I made these before the break, so it's, yeah.
Does this get recorded somewhere if I was trying to make it for a grade?
Yeah. There's a whole, I'll show you, report section that you can download and look at.
Thank you.
These are the simulations, and I haven't played with that many of them, but I thought they look pretty great, if depending on, you know, how it matches your content. It's all different ones. This is what is a slideshow. I think on your end, you're able to click through it also, or is it just when I click?
When I click, I can click too.
Ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So in the classroom, the live view, I always like to have something up on my screen that they're looking at. So I found that I have to do the teacher live view on my Chromebook, and on the screen, I have a student view. So they're seeing the student view, not mine. That to me is a little clumsy on their part. I think to project it, it should be easier to do. You shouldn't have to have two devices. Because we're a Google school, I haven't played with Microsoft Sway, but they have a whole bank of these that you can use, and they're really done nicely. So it has all kinds of information. Are you able to scroll down through it too, or just me? You're able to too. Yeah, I think they just look amazing. So that is definitely something I would look at.
What was that called again? Microsoft?
Sway. I think it was, yeah, SWAY. All of everything I'm showing you will be in your curating spot. So you'll be able to select them. They're not hard to find, so it'll be easy to find. I've never played this. It's a game. I know that I have 3 different options we can do in the Himalayas, space, or underwater. The sound is enabled. I only did 2 questions, so you guys are my test, so we can see how to do it. I think that you are able to make your little characters. Okay. Yeah, so there are different characters. That's fun. I'm gonna push start. I'm turning down my volume. So is this question on your screen where you can answer it?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like for me, I do anything from here. Like I don't have a forward button. Yeah, I think it is sort of like a Kahoot. But you're climbing up a mountain. Oh, maybe who gets to the top of the mountain first? I'm curious too if I have, when I made it, if I had control of the amount of time. I don't think I did.
Yes, you can control the time.
You can. I think I only have 3 questions. Oh, it did. Gabby says that it really lagged with her students. Which kind of makes sense. Oh. It seems like when you're counting down like this, it seems like the longest 30 seconds of your life. You have a 1 second lag? Yeah. Okay. So then it gives you the leaderboard. I could see that being valuable if it worked right, if you're able to get it to work. This is the one where I inserted a question, and I feel like I inserted the question towards the, yeah, kind of the same as Kahoot, that I inserted it towards the end, and we do not have to watch this video. I'm going to do it student plays so you guys can see it on your end. And I feel like when I did it, I did the question at the end, but you can program them throughout the whole entire thing. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. My video is really lagging. And you can give them time. It's just like Edpuzzle. That's right. Yeah. I'm going to go forward because mine's lagging, and I think we all get the gist of it. And then this is going to your Benjamin Moore. So it's just giving them a URL. So instead of saying go to this website, it's there, and it's the only thing that they can see. Okay, so we did it. I'm gonna go out of here, and I want to show you the report. I don't know what I did on this one. I keep looking at that because I'm like, unsaved. Did I make? Oh, I do know what that is. Okay, so under the 3 dots, there's reports, and you can export it as a PDF.
Now the Nearpod is still active? Like I'm still able to go through it?
That's a good question. I don't know if I do it as the teacher presents it, that you can go through it, but you could reassign it as a student paste so that you would be able to give it to them so they could see it. I'll show you. So we should do it from today's session, right? This is today. So it has a summary, so everything that they've done, or I think you can click on each individual one and then see. So it's pretty great. It really does show you, oh, and you did an answer in audio. Very cool. And then you can download it. And I think it looks, I wonder if you could share it too. No. I'm going to go back to that lesson and show you how to do the student paste one. So when you click on it, live participation is the one we just did, and then student paced is this one. The one thing with student paced is you can put in the amount of time. So if you want them to only be able to see it up until the 7th, you can do that. Or if you want it for the whole month, so you can program how long that they can see it. See what view progress means. You're able to see a student list of who's logged in or not. So you're able to like be like, Johnny, you're not on here yet. I didn't realize that that was just launching it. But it's the same. Let me click on this again. I have to do a new one, I guess. It's the same thing where you get the code. This is where you could do your calendar, or you can give them a direct link. The code, they have to go to join.nearpod.com. And then the direct link, I think, is probably the easiest way to do it. With this lesson, I can preview it. So I can go in and I can, this is kind of my dashboard if I wanted just to look through it. That's not, it's my view, nobody else is seeing it. So I can kind of be like, okay, I see what slides are where. Or I can go in and I can edit it. So this is where I would edit. If you edit and it's already launched, it breaks the code. And so I kind of am bummed about that because there's so many times that, you know, you hand it out to the kids and you realize you spelled something wrong. And so to go back and change that, you don't really have the option. I mean, you can, but your code's broken. And so they'll have to get a new link. And I don't like that aspect of it. This is my view of how I would create the lesson in Nearpod. So you just push plus slide, and these are all the different activities that we just went through. So you would click on one and you'd add it. Well, that's content. These are the activities. So you've got both of them. I'm not going to do those because I really want to show you how to do this same thing in Google Slides. But I want to show you just a couple things about the dashboard here in Nearpod. This is the video, the slideshows that I've created. You can create folders and put them up in folders. A lot of these are pre-made that I've downloaded. That's not. So these are the pre-made ones that I downloaded, and I think I edited a couple of them, but you've got Nearpod library. And so if you go to their library, you can go through their lessons this way, or you could filter, and it's just a gazillion different packages. So each of these, sometimes it's one lesson, but a lot of times it's a group of lessons. So I wonder if this is, I want to pick one that's a group. It doesn't really, let's just see. So you can go to the lesson and you can preview it. So this, oh, it's lagging. There we go. It'll show, it should show up down here, maybe not. If it was a package, so if it was a group of them, sometimes there's like 25 lessons. And so you can pick one lesson and you could add it to your library, or you could pick the whole package. So I would say add to my library if I wanted to use this one. And it's going to go back to my, it should go to my dashboard. So I guess this is the way I'm going to do it. I click on there. And so now that lesson's here. This one, let me see if I find, no, I would have to search. I don't know why it's not coming up, but it's not really that big of a deal. There's also a way to share it with the school library. So if you're making it with somebody else, you can share them here, and then you guys can share it and then add it to your dashboard and then be able to do it. But let's look at the Nearpod add-on. I'm going to go out of here and show you how to add the add-on, and then with this slideshow, we'll add stuff to it. So this is the add-on spot. I already have Nearpod on here, but what I would do if I wanted to get it is I'd go to Get Add-ons. And I would type in Nearpod and it will pop up. Mine's already installed, but this spot right here would say install, and so you'd click it and you'd install it. And so then whenever you go to add-ons, it should be there. So it'll be right here. So I'm going to turn it on. And so if you have a slideshow that's already made, and let's say I know right here after this slide, I want to insert, let's do a collaboration board. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to close Nearpod. I'm wondering if that's what's making everything lag. There we go. Isn't it figure? There we go. So this is where I would, oh no. I didn't even do anything.
Don't you hate that when that happens?
Yeah. All right. So this is where I would enter my topic. I would enter my description. You can add a picture. I feel like there's a spot, well, must not, the timer must only be on that other end. I'm not going to really do it. And then I could pick my background. So then I'd push save. And so I don't really see all of it, but I know that it's there. If I want to edit that, like I want to go back and change something, I can edit this slide and I can go back and I can change it. When I launch it in Nearpod, I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of that, then we'll be able to see it. So let's add another one. Draw It's kind of a fun one to do. But they're all really simple. It really walks you through just how to do it. So I could add a video up here. I could add audio. I could add a picture. This is where I could add the timer on this one. If I wanted to put a background image, so let's say we were talking about cells, I would say upload a background image, and I can do it from my computer, my drive. I could search the web. So let's just say, there we go. And then when they see it, they'll be able to draw on this. So you could say in your directions, I don't know, circle the states that are Democratic. I don't know. So I should have put it in there, but that saved it before I could go back and do it. Oh, you're okay.
Georgia.
Yeah.
I have a question about, so when you're working in your Google Slides,
Yeah.
and making, using these, features from Nearpod. So when you push it out to the students, do they have to be in Nearpod? Does Nearpod have to be open for them to be able to use the collaborative board?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say I went through and I added all the different things I needed to add, and then I say save and go to Nearpod.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So would that be the same thing where you would save it in Nearpod and then that would generate a code for them?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. Should we add the extensions to Google Drive or Google Slides? Can you add the extension to Google Drive? I think since you're using it in Slides, you should probably do it in Slides, is my guess. Okay, so let's say now we want to do it. I'm just going to do live participation. So it popped up. It's in my on my dashboard, and then I do live participation. So that's the code. That's what your students will need, or you can give them the link. Here, I'll copy the link and I'll put it in the chat.
So you were able to save it into Nearpod, or did you have to export it to Nearpod?
Oh, from the slides, I was able to, I'm going to open up again. Oh. Pinups. Oh, because it's launched. But I'll do it again after we look at it. But there was another button down here that said save and go to Nearpod. And so it imported it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here's our collaboration board. And so that's what you guys should be seeing that we made. And then I think we made a draw it. I didn't have directions, and I don't think I have anybody on here, but if you were, you'd be able to draw on it. Let's close it and see if now, I could also click on this, so edit. I thought I could click on that, maybe not. Let's go to add-ons. Maybe it needed to be open before I could click on it. Yeah, save and go to Nearpod. Is there anything anybody wants me to do or me to show you? How do you add the pinups into the slide? What do you mean pinups?
Okay, so when you're looking at slide 3, you know how it has the little, so the meeting norms, the session agenda, how do you get those pictures into the slide? Like, it looks like you created some cool stuff where you put the push pins.
Yeah. So when I say save and go, the whole entire slideshow goes.
Oh, I was just wondering how you insert those squares.
How I did this. Well,
Yeah.
this was a
they're just text boxes. Okay.
Yeah, they're text boxes, but this was a slideshow I got from Slides Mania. And so
okay.
It's just a template that, that I used. And I went in, I don't know if you know, but if you go view master, then I can come in and I could, this is where you could edit the master slides. So anything I do, let's say on this layout, and so I put my slideshow there. When I go back to the layout, then that'll be changed, and you can never move anything on that once you're in your slideshow. So the background stays in place. It's just like designing a slide, but it's making it so that background is frozen and students can't move things around.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other time for a break? I agree. I totally agree. So let me really quickly show you the last 2 slides. And this is a link to the sign in for the sandbox. They want us to do show something that you created on the Padlet link. And I guess maybe if you make a lesson, we could just post the URL to the lesson that you make. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the Padlet that it's cute. So our spot is right here. It's number 3, and then you'd push plus, and then you would just push this little link, and you could put the link to the Nearpod that you create, if you create one. If you don't, I don't think it'll matter. But if you would like to post what you create, that's where you do it. And then this last slide is the link to the evaluation. So we could take a break, and then when we come back, I'll be here and I can help you with anything. So any questions you have, how to do anything, make anything, let me know and I'll help you out. Sound good? Okay.
So we need to wait till after the break to ask you questions then?
No, you can ask me questions now.
Oh, super. I have a question. I'm a big Google Classroom fan, and I'd like to create lessons where they do it on their own. And I'd like to know that side of it, how to create an asynchronous lesson for them to click on, and then I can look at it and grade it later or something.
Right. So that would just be doing it as student-centered, so, or the student-paced. So anything that you create, let me go back to Nearpod. I'll give you a link to a student-paced one to, let's say this one, the one that we just went through all the slides.
Okay.
So if I say student-paced, and then I get this link, it's not letting me copy it. Or,
Does it have to be only 29 days? I'd like to make it longer.
yeah, you can make it longer. Okay. So I just put the link in there. So to make it longer, you just click on the calendar, and you can make it all the way to the end of the school year. And then you push apply, and so then they'll be able to access that slideshow with the link that I put in here or that code.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right, I'm gonna go heat up my water and I'll be back.
I had one quick question before you leave, Sherilyn, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I went to download the extension Chrome, and I put add Nearpod to Google Chrome, which added it to Classroom. Can I use that one for the slides, or do I have to download 2 different extensions?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Okay.
I'm not positive.
Because it's not, after I loaded it to Google Chrome, it's not letting me add it to my slideshow.
Well, I think maybe you added the extension and we're using an add-on. So maybe that's the difference.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.